Hello and welcome back. So we've got a lot going on here. We're going to go out to the farm and check out the farmhouse because there's a lot that's been going on out there. And I'm sorry I didn't show it to you on video, but it was kind of tedious, time consuming. I put a floor in. You've seen me do that with the popsicle sticks. And so we'll check that out in a little while. But first we have some other things I want to show you and that we're going to do. So I went shopping yesterday because I was running out of things. And let me move over because I've got a shadow because the light is behind me. And maybe that'll work better. So anyway, I went shopping and I went to that little antique mall where the only place I can find miniatures in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And so I went there and the lady had, or whoever has the stand, I don't know if it's a lady or a guy, had put out more little Easter things. Now, I couldn't resist, but I'm really getting too many Easter things. But then I have a lot of doll houses too, so I'm sure there'll be use for those, and there was some other things. So let's just get into it. Let me show you what I got. So I got... this first one has a lot of little baskets in it, and baskets can be used for anything, and I just think they're so cute. So this is the first of the little baskets. And here's another one, and I really like that. I can see flowers or something in that basket. That would be cool. I don't really care for the handle, but if I make the plant and I go up around the handle, maybe it won't be so noticeable. I also thought about just taking the handle out of the basket. So that's another thought. Then there was this little basket, which is a more Easterish type basket, and whoever had it put some, it looks like cotton or quilt batting that they dyed green for Easter grass. So yeah, another really cute little basket. And you wouldn't have to use it for that. You could put something in over the top or take the fiberfill out of there. Then there was this little paper basket, another one of those. Oh, well, I can't get it to light over. There we go. And it's just kind of made to look like a basket beam on paper. Then there was this great big basket with a chocolate bunny and Easter eggs in it. And it's kind of big for 1/12, but I thought, you know, as like a decoration somewhere, it would be okay, or maybe a gigantic centerpiece. Anyway, I couldn't resist. Look at that little chocolate bunny guy. I don't know if you can see him. He's kind of under the handle, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, really cute. And then there was this plastic bunny in there. And I'm not sure why, but they made the bunny with a flat disc on the back. So he's kind of laying down, kind of in a weird position. But yeah, I can use him for something. He's really cute. So let me put all these back. I thought the big basket with the little eggs was really cute. And yeah, it's a little big, but it's okay. It'll be fine. Okay, so next, and I only bought 2 today because I really don't need all the Easter stuff. And some of it was... it was the same as some that I already have, so she must have had a lot of these. But there's some really cute little things in here. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get these out because there's a bunch of very, very tiny colored eggs just roaming loose in the bottom of this bag. And so I don't want to drop them because probably never find them again. They're so tiny. And there's one stuck in there. Okay, so some of these are so small I can't even read the writing on them, but here's the little eggs. Aren't those cute? Oh my gosh, I love them. I'll have to do something with them. So there's this little card, and these are so tiny. I can't even see what they are, but I'm taking it. It's supposed to be a little card. Let's get it up there. Hopefully you can see it. And there are a couple of little boxes in here now. They're kind of in rough shape, but I think they're older. And this first little box is a bakery box, and it says hot cross buns on it. It's got the little window. Thought that was cute, so I'll have to make some little buns. And this one, this adorable tiny box, it even has, is this the one? Yeah, it even has plastic or cellophane over the top, and it says chocolate bunny. So I'm going to have to make a very tiny chocolate bunny to go in that box. So cute. This box is a box for Easter grass. And somewhere, tell me I lost it. There was also one that's it was an Easter egg die kit, and I think it would be so cute to make the little packets of Easter egg die like we used to have. This, I believe, is supposed to also be a card, and oh my gosh, it's so tiny. And it says something bunny, but I think it's supposed to be a little Easter card. Oops, let's get it so you can, I'll flatten it out so maybe you can see it. But I think it's supposed to be a little Easter card, which is really cute. Then there were these, which also are just adorable. And this one's just, it's a little book cover, but they didn't put any pages in, so I'm going to. And this one says Floral Designs. That one I can read. This one shows a rabbit and a basket, and I don't think it says anything. It might. There's something, I don't know, maybe it's just the design in the paper. It has a little rabbit basket on it, so that'd be fun to make into a little book. And this one has a little duck on it, and I cannot read the writing on that at all. If you can, good luck. I can't see what it says. So yeah, so I thought those would be cute to make into little books. And the other, oh my gosh, I must have lost the other ones. There was another book, it said Easter coloring book. And I thought that would be fun. Maybe I can draw some really tiny, you know, I wouldn't be able to draw them good, but draw some little Easter things that were the pages for the coloring book. Yeah, I don't know where those other two are. I know they're here. And of course, there was another one of these bunny bells. So they may end up on a wreath or something like that. I haven't decided, or if they'll just be like a string of bunnies or something. We'll figure that out. And then there was this guy. He's a plastic bunny. I don't know. I think he was supposed to be a bead because he's got these weird little kind of hole-like things. They're not poked all the way through though, but I think possibly he was supposed to be a bead. And so yeah, I thought he'd be a cute little just decoration to have. Okay, so that's that, what I bought. Now I have, the next thing I'm going to be doing with you is, let me get my old cutting mat, because I don't want to muck up my new one. It's a nice background to use for things. And I have this wall. Now, this has been painted many times because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I tried different things with it and finally ended up being just a plain color, which is the color khaki. And there is a reason why I chose that color, but now I'm thinking I need to bring in a little more yellow. So I'm using Golden Sunset by Apple Barrel, and I'm just going to dry brush over this. And there is, like I said, there's a reason for this, and you will see it when we go out to the farm. So I want just barely any paint at all on this. Trying to get as much off as possible because it could overwhelm everything. I'm just going to kind of highlight spots. And I'm hoping it dries darker, more like it is in the bottle. And I'm not seeing that. I hope it dries darker. This is going to look bad. Yeah. we'll see what happens. Just want some spots this color. Oh, please dry darker. That's all I can say. For the sake of my wall, please. This thing has about 100 coats of paint on it now, I kid you not. Because I kept changing my mind. Finally just went with the khaki. Oh, this is so bright. Holy cow. Alright. I want to see what happens. Oh dear. My poor angle brush is getting to where it doesn't want to work good anymore, so I have to get a new one because I like them best. I like the fact that it has the angle and you can get into corners with it. Oh, I don't want blotches. I don't know. Live and learn, I say, right? So it's my mother's thing. Live and learn. It's usually when we did something stupid we shouldn't have and got in trouble. Not looking like I wanted it to. Maybe it'll look better when I get it in there. I don't know. Oh my. No, I don't think I have enough. I think my paint's drying out over there. I really want it more of this, almost looks like a dried up mustard, kind of. I want more of that color. Oh yeah, there we go. I just did what I didn't want to do. I got too much paint, but we'll see what happens. And then I always think, oh, I've got one that's really dark there, so maybe I should do another one, you know, just to offset it. But I don't think so. Not a lot of this wall is going to be showing anyway. So, come on, paint. Look like dried mustard. Now, if my brother was here, just to be a smarty, he'd say, well, why don't you just use dried mustard? Yeah, okay. Oh, there goes another one, and they're both on the same side, so yeah, alright. It looks like it looks like as it dries, it's getting a little darker, but it's not the look I was really wanting, so. Oh, we'll see what happens. I like to get a little bit on each board. And I know some people will be like, oh, shiplap. I don't like shiplap, but in this case, I couldn't figure out what else to do. So yeah, it kind of looks like shiplap in a way. There goes some more of the dark paint that I didn't want. Or some more of that. You know what I mean. I got too much. Oh, there we go again. Probably should have done all of this in the yellow and then painted the khaki over. But it has so many coats of paint on it. I picked it up. And I put Mod Podge over it to seal it all up. And actually, when I tried to straighten it, because it warped a little bit, it actually, you could hear the cracking in between where the boards were put on. So it didn't come loose. It stayed glued. It just, you could hear it cracking. And, yeah, maybe we better put a little more up towards the top now. Paint's drying really fast on the wax paper. Actually, maybe, now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking we might, yeah, paint. Now that I'm looking at it, I think we might actually put some more on here. Oh dear. What do? You just keep going and trying. You can't give up. No point in getting frustrated or mad over this because, well, I did it. So if I end up not liking it, that's on me. But yeah, I'm going to add a little more of the yellow. Have I gone insane? Probably. There's a good chance. So I didn't get a video up on Thursday, and this was going to be the video that was going to be up on Thursday. I need to get some made up ahead of time again. And, oh, excuse me, my nose is running so bad right now, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to adjust to working overnights. And now I just had 3 days off, and like yesterday I went shopping. So I figure I stay up late tonight. Yeah, it's Sunday. Because I got to work tomorrow night. I stay up late tonight, and then that'll make me tired for Monday so that I'll sleep at some point during the day and be back on track, I'm hoping. Because when I worked the overnights before, it didn't work for me. I couldn't get sleep going because they have a weird schedule. And so yeah, that's what happened there. And so now I'm trying really hard. And I'll tell you what, guys, this job is kicking my butt. It's not because... Okay, so this is where we're at. Looks a little blotchy. I'm hoping it comes out a little better. Most of it won't show anyway. So yeah, we're going to set that aside, and I'm going to go clean my hands off and stuff, and I'll be back. So I've cleaned up everything, and now I am sitting here in front of you with this ginormous piece of glued together, or taped together cardstock. This is going to be the floor for the master bedroom, and yes, this is how big that room is once you go front to back. And I thought I would carpet it. Now, I don't really care for carpet in my own house because I just don't like carpet. I feel once it gets dirty and gets stuff down in it, you never get it totally out. And I have some beautiful antique hardwoods, and I have some laminates that I'm not too crazy about. But that's neither here nor there. So I was wondering, what could I carpet that in? Because the pattern I chose for the walls came from Hobby Lobby in a pack that said it was 1950s era, and I would say yes and no on that one. So anyway, I chose what I chose because I like the colors and I like the pattern, and I thought it also went well with something more modern. So that's where we're at with that. And I was looking for something for carpet, and about all I could find in a neutral color up in my sewing stash was this stuff. And it just fits. I mean, we're talking just fits. So I thought I would use this, and I used regular cardstock because I need to be able to maneuver this floor into the house. I'm going to be attaching some lights that are going to be run up through the floor, and I wanted it removable. So I thought, yeah, this would probably work. It's got a bit of a texture to it, but it's got a nice stiff backing on it. So I thought that would be good. And now I'm just having a dilemma here on what to use to glue this. I'm pretty sure almost anything would work. I have fabric glue. I don't want it bleeding through, but I'm thinking it might be the best way to attach it. And I'm going to have to be stretching this because it doesn't iron well. I don't remember what I actually bought it for. I bought it years and years and years ago. So I am trying to figure out what I'm going to attach this with. Now, I do have the fabric glue. I have very little margin of error here because, as I said, it just fits. And it was the only thing other than a more tan colored ultra suede that I could find. So I'm not 100% on this one. The fabric itself does not stretch at all, so it's going to have to be glued down with something that holds quick, and all I know is the fabric stuff. So I did put thick masking tape over one whole side just to give the glue something a little better to stick to. I have a feeling this is going to be... Well, let's put it this way. It's either going to work or it's going to be a total disaster. So I'm just going to start laying some glue out. And this stuff stinks so bad. This is the Fabrifix by Beacon. Probably not the... I like it, but then again, it takes a while to dry. It's not as fast as Fabric Fusion, but that is so high priced. This was a little bit cheaper. And yeah, I'm not getting much out of the bottle at a time. I don't know whether to just go around the edges or to kind of go in an up and down pattern. I mean, putting out enough of this to smooth it out is not going to be the answer, because it is such a sticky mess. And as I said, this fabric is going to have to be, I'm going to have to do little bits at a time because it's going to have to be pressed out so that it's nice and flat and smooth. So I'm not getting a ton of this. I can't even see what I am getting. However, I don't want a ton of it. because I'm thinking that's going to make a very big mess. So I'm just going to kind of dot it around on here. If the fabric is thick enough, it will never show the dots. And we're just going to hope for the best. By not putting it completely all over, I'm hoping I will have time enough to be able to move it and maneuver it so that I'm going to go over those edges because I want them stuck down. So yeah, here we go. Oh, see, I don't like this. It's got, I don't know if it eats through itself, but it's got this big, huge hole in it. And I need something to spread that out with a little bit because I'm not going to waste all that. Let's just take a piece of poster board. It's got a kind of flat side. So I guess, yeah, there's going to be spots that have more of it. And that's just to save myself from wasting because it is expensive. Okay, oh, that stinks. All right, here goes nothing. And I'm using this with the green going across because that's the only way it fits. Normally I would make sure the green went a long way, but it's the only way that it fits. So we're gonna try our best to flatten this as much as possible. And I'm just using my hands. I see it since the fabric is so thick, it's not coming through, which is good. I probably should have cut this off, but I didn't because I didn't want to cut it and then accidentally have cut it too small. So let's just continue where we were, doing little bits at a time. Seems to be holding well. And of course more will squirt out that I can spread on here. Don't want to do too much at a time. And yes, there is glue coming out of this. It's just hard to see. It's hard for me to see. Lighting is not ideal. I have a ring light, but it, I don't know, I think it almost causes more trouble than it's worth because I can't mount it up high at this time. Oh yeah, here comes the big blob up the side. This is why I put down my old cutting mat. Where did I put my piece of poster board? Right here. Alright, let's grab that. Spread it around in here. Doesn't take a lot of this stuff, but I can't wait to get out of this room because it stinks. So while we're letting that dry, we'll go visit the farm. There will be trim that will go up around the edges of this, you know, the floor and walls. So that'll be fine. Okay, let's get this spread out nice if we can. Little ripples now are to the sides, so that'll be okay. We'll cut those off. And that's why I didn't cut this to shape, because there is such little overhang on this that I think we'll be okay. Should have one more section to glue, and then we'll cut it all off. I bought new sewing scissors because mine are, they've cut a lot of fabric and accidentally some paper and other things because I wasn't paying attention. As bad as when you stain. And I really can't ventilate right now because it's winter, although we're having some unseasonably warm weather. We're having 40s. We've even had some 50s and 60s. This is February, so look out for March. We'll probably have our snowstorms and that kind of stuff in March because it's just been too nice. Come on, stuff. And I'm thinking what I'm putting down here is going to tack this down fine. Oh my, I've got big runs going now because it's really leaking out the side because I'm really pushing on it. So let's get some of that down here and a piece of poster board. Oh, glue strings. Almost as bad as hot glue in that respect. My old cutting mat because I don't want to muck up my new one with this stuff. Probably never get it off. Thought about just throwing this old cutting mat away, and then I was like, no, I'm going to use that for stuff that, oh my god, this stinks. Sorry people, but it stinks. Okay, let's get this pressed down nice. And I don't have a lot of room here where I'm working. Said I made a mess. I see something on YouTube and it looks really cool and I'm like, oh, I want to try that. As you can see, I did not get along this edge well. The other edge seems to be fine, this edge. I'm going to have to add to it to get it to stick good. Oh, I gotta get out of here. I've got plenty down here at the bottom, but I didn't have enough over here on this side. So let's lay it back down. Try to get it nice and smooth. And before I cut this, I will go back over it and I will see where I need additional glue. So that's that. I'm sorry to bail out on you, but I really need to get out of here. I can't, like I said, I can't open my windows and vent this stuff, so I just need to get out of here. I'm running this along the bottom edge where it's oozed out, just to make sure that holds good. So yeah. Alright. Well, this will be the carpet, and I'm going to get out of here and out of this smell because it's not good for you. So yeah, I think I've got it laid down pretty flat. I'll check it before I cut it, and I'm out of here. So here we are back out at the farmhouse. As you can see, there's been some massive changes to the dining room. I really liked the blue, but it just wasn't doing it for me. So I painted over my window frames, and they're now white, as you can see. And I went on Etsy looking for wallpapers, and I found some William Morris prints on Tasmin Bassett Art. She's on YouTube and also has a Etsy store, so she's the one I bought from. And she had this pack of William Morris prints, and so I chose this print. This is called Lemons. Now it's very tiny and you really can't see the lemons. I'm going to try to get closer, maybe zoom in a little bit. And they don't show up real well. The lemons especially. You see a lot of the leaves, but you don't really see the lemons. They're they're not real yellow. They're more of a goldish color. So that brings us to the wall. And right now I've got to zoom back out. And this wall is still the dark blue because in a minute I'm going to just set things in there and show you what we're going to be doing here in just a little while. First though, we'll have to stain the floor. I went ahead and put a wood floor in. For those of you who have this kit, the Victoria's Farmhouse, and have not put flooring in yet, what I did was I took a piece of paper and I laid it in here, and then I just creased it and cut out the base shape, and then I cut my pieces of wood accordingly. And I found that I was using a 60-degree angle on the sides here, and it worked really well. So just a tip for anybody who hasn't put a floor in yet, is kind of wondering about it. I used a 60-degree angle on my miter shears. So yeah, hopefully that helps out a little bit. I wallpapered it without you guys because it was a little tricky getting around the bay there, and it will be finished off with some trim. I will be putting trim hopefully around the ceiling, possibly around the top of the bay, I'm not sure, but there will be trim put up on these walls over here. I haven't finished off the edges of this opening, the opening that's over on that side yet, but that'll all get done. So let me stop the camera and I'll go around to the other side and I'll show you what I'm planning with that wall I made. So there was my idea. That was supposed to be an accent wall with the fireplace, and that's why I wanted the yellow, was to pick up a little bit of the color of the lemons. Fireplace is made out of mat board, and I thought I'd left enough room, and I didn't. So getting it in there was a chore. I'm probably not even going to be gluing that wall in because it is stuck in there so tight with the fireplace that I can't get it out, I don't think. And there's a few gaps, but those will be covered by moldings that I'm planning on putting in. Thought I was going to destroy the fireplace because it's that real fireplace and then the mat board. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get it back out of there. So I don't even have to glue it. The accent wall hides the wiring for the light behind it. I need to check that, make sure it's still working, that I haven't jarred anything loose and clamming the fireplace in there. So yeah, I don't think that's even going to get glued in. I don't think there's any reason for it now, but I hope you can see why I was dry brushing the yellow a little bit. Sorry about that. It's not really going to show. It's in there. It is in there. So I guess it will be removable if someone ever wants to pry it out of there. Well, that kind of ruined things. I was gonna put the trim up and then glue the whole deal in, but it just is not working out that way. So, yeah, well, oh my. Anyway, I think that's about as far as we're gonna go today with this little deal. Let's see, maybe I can get it back out of there. It's not quite centered. It's a tight fit. Anyway, I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you again very, very soon. Thank you for joining me. And welcome to my new subscribers. I have a few. Welcome to you. Hope you enjoy your journey with me. Everybody, thank you again, all of my subscribers, and have a great day. Bye-bye.